Hi guys, it's Erica. Today's video is going to be a little bit sad, carita triste, because it's about how I killed this plant, this watermelon peperomia. Even just bringing it outside to show you, it is completely falling apart. I don't know what I did wrong, but I'm going to try and save it. So first thing I'm gonna do is take a look at its roots, see what, oh, this is why it's dying. I need to see what went wrong. I feel like, okay, so first I thought that I was overwatering it. So I switched out its soil to cacti soil and a lot of perlite, but it didn't help. And then I tried to give it some more sun, but it still was dying. And now look at it. It can't even stand up on its own. I tried staking it, a bunch of these things. I tried some different kinds of water propagation, but some of the roots or some of the stems rotted in the water, so that didn't work. Oh, but I did try, let me show you. I tried propagating it by cutting the leaves. I'll show you how I did it. Probably gonna do a bunch of leaves like that. And one of them already has roots growing. I'm so excited. And it's only been like maybe 15 days since I did that. So I'm really happy about that. And hopefully one way or another, I'm gonna save this plant. I'm gonna have a watermelon peperomia in my collection. It might be really small, but that's okay. And I'm also super sad about it because this plant wasn't that cheap and it's really beautiful. And I'm so sad that I killed such a beautiful plant. I wish that I had a picture of when it was big and when I first bought it, because it was pretty huge. Slowly the stems have been falling off and it has been rotting away to nothing. So this one at this point doesn't even have roots. The thing about having like propagating the stems in water, like this one I did and it's doing fine, it didn't rot away. But if you put in an unhealthy leaf, like if it fell off for a reason. It wasn't healthy. So if you put an unhealthy leaf in there, it's just gonna rot away. It's gonna turn mushy and it's gonna be gross. So you can't do that. I guess all of these leaves I'm gonna have to propagate by soil. I kind of want to try putting this into water and seeing if it will grow roots. Maybe I should do that. This one still has a root ball. Maybe I should plant it into soil and see how it does. Okay, the game plan. I'm gonna pot this one and hopefully it'll grow and become healthy. And then this one, I'm just gonna cut up all of the leaves and try and propagate them. It's gonna work out, it'll be okay. Okay, so let's start by potting this. You know, honestly, this is probably a curse on me for using Miracle-Gro soil. I literally only have Miracle-Gro soil. I'm definitely gonna, when it runs out, I'm not buying it again. Maybe it's just an excuse for being a bad plant mom. I have some soil here. I think that it's cactus potting mix, so I'm gonna use that. And I'm gonna put a lot of perlite. Yes, it's Miracle-Gro perlite, okay? Don't judge me. So I put a lot of perlite because this plant cannot be soggy. It is super prone to root rot. As you can see, I'm pretty sure that's what killed it, root rot. And I'm gonna use a clay pot because that will help absorb the water to prevent further damage. Just gonna pot it up. It already has its root ball. I don't wanna hurt its roots any more than it's already been hurt, so I'm just gonna plant it like this. Okay, to be honest, I don't think this plant is gonna make it, but it doesn't hurt to try. It's gonna have to try and stay up itself. I think that's okay. It looks a little crazy, but maybe if I just let it sit, it'll get better. Okay, so let's get to cutting up this little bouquet. I have my scissors, my alcohol scissors, because this plant can't take any more disease or anything bad happening to it. To propagate your watermelon peperomia, you want to find a preferably healthy leaf. These leaves do not feel healthy at all. I don't think they're gonna survive propagation. I'll try it though. I'll take the relatively healthy feeling ones. Okay, this one here, you just cut it off. Cut off the leaf from its stem, and then you cut it in half. The roots are going to grow from these lines that you see, but if it's cut where the stem was attached, usually what I find is that the roots grow out of where the stem was attached. So I have these two I'm gonna propagate. This one seems like it's healthier than the rest, so I'm gonna just cut that off, cut that in half. There we go. I think that I'll just do all of them, even though I don't think it's gonna work. I don't want to be a negative Nancy or anything, but this plant is just too far gone. I should have done this earlier. Okay, and then you want to get a pot. I'm gonna put the soil that I made for the plant that I potted right here, and I'm gonna use that for it. Make a mess. Fill that up. This pot is pretty big, but it's alright. It's because I need to fit in these wide leaves. And then you just take usually it helps if you have a chopstick or something, like a little stick. You're literally just putting them into the soil wherever you cut it. So I put 2 halves of the leaves in already. This is what it's looking like. And I'm gonna continue putting the rest of them, as many that fit. Okay, so this is what I have. After you put in your leaf cuttings, you wanna wet the soil completely. Okay, so I wet my soil. It is actually still dripping right now. And I'm going to put this into a plastic bag. The reason that you want to do this is because it keeps the area for the plant humid. So I like to put the date on it so I know how long it took to root. Okay, so the date is on the bag. I'm just gonna open it and set the little pot in here. And then you just close it up. You don't need to do it all the way so that it can have a little bit of fresh air. And every 2 days or so, the most I've gone without spraying it is like 5 days. You just open your bag, spray some water in to keep it moist, and seal it back up, and it will root. Make sure to keep it in a sunny spot. Mine is in an eastern window, so it gets direct morning sunlight on it, and the rest of the day it's just in bright and direct sunlight. So this is done. Let me show you what it will look like after it's rooted. So here I have my other cuttings from when the plant was healthier. As you can see, the bag is very damp. And I'm gonna get out my cuttings. These are so much prettier than the ones I just did because the plants are healthier, they were in a happier time, and this is how they look. As you can see, this one had little roots growing out from where I cut off the stem of the plant, and I'm not sure if the rest of them have roots yet, but I don't want to take them out because if they don't have roots yet, I don't want to disturb them. Once they're in long enough, there's going to be a little baby stem coming up to show you that the mom plant is doing good. And when it gets big enough, you can repot it. So the other way that you can propagate your watermelon peperomia is to just cut off a stem and stick it in water. Since this one doesn't have roots yet and it was done on the same day as the other plants, I do think that putting it in soil is faster, but also again you can't see the roots growing, which is a part of propagating plants that I love. So I'm just gonna cut this stem here, probably right here, and just stick it in water with the other one, and I'm just gonna do a bunch of those. Okay, so here are my different methods of trying to save my watermelon peperomia. Hopefully this isn't a reason why you guys have to propagate your watermelon peperomia. Hopefully you just want more of them and you don't have to do it because you have murdered your plant. Just a quick recap of what we did to propagate this plant. For the soil cuttings, you just cut off the plant at its stem where the stem meets the leaf, and you cut it in half and you place it into damp soil. You put it into a plastic bag, seal it almost all the way, and spray it whenever it starts to look like it's getting dry. Another method is to cut the stem and place it in water. For both of these, you want to leave them in a bright area. Light needs to be bright for it to, you know, get that sunlight, do that photosynthesis, grow those roots. I don't know about this one. I don't think it's gonna survive, but at least I tried, right? This one feels a lot healthier than the other leaves that I propagated. So I think this one will do better than some of the leaves that I propagated. Alright, that is it for today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Don't forget to hit subscribe because I post new videos every single day. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!